Hello, hello. It is Chrisoula Sirigou here, the Golden Muse, and on today's weekly MasterCall, Holistic MasterCall, I'm delighted to present to you Wendy Aridela. Hello, Wendy.
Hello, Chrisoula. It's nice to be here.
Today we're going to explore 3 key ways how to open yourself to a richer life. Well, I guess it's a very subjective way to say what richness is. And you may say it is you become richer by having good people, good friends in your life. So it's all about relationships, or it's about having more flow of money into your life. So you can purchase and you can experience everything you wish with your partner, beloved, friends, family, children. And also, when you are richer, you can actually offer back to the community, to the world. So rich is very subjective, and then you can attract everything you really want. But how can you achieve that? So that's where we're going to use Wendy's experience and expertise and skills that she's been investing the last, I would say, 30 years or so, probably more. But Wendy is a spiritual teacher. She's an author, but also she's got a vast amount of experience in meditation. But the way I see meditation, I think, is where Wendy's coming through as well. Her background is really living it, like using it in everyday life, and then that's the core thing. And Wendy has actually been part of that, and she knows what meditation can offer to you and to your life. So the 3 key ways will be exploring, learning deep trust. Wendy is using the law of attraction as a spiritual barometer. So I'm not going to say anymore, because I will leave it to Wendy to share your 3 key ways.
Thank you, Chrisoula. So I'll just say a little bit to start with about why it's important to develop a deeper sense of trust in the universe. Because one of the things the law of attraction says is that you attract things to you by how you feel. And if you subconsciously or consciously have a lot of fear and doubt about whether the universe is even on your side, or whether you deserve to have those kind of things, you'll be putting out an energy that keeps a lot of your good away from you. And how this happened to me was, up till about 10 years ago, if you'd asked me if the universe was on my side, I would have said yes, because I've read a lot of spiritual books and I know that that's the right answer. And yet, about 10 years ago, I had a very deep meditation experience, and I really felt for the first time how much the universe is on our side. And I really felt completely held in just such an incredible love. And I came out of it and I cried. And it made me understand that all the stuff I'd thought before, oh yes, the universe is on our side, this is a good universe, it was all head understanding, and it wasn't really from the heart. And so I started developing meditations that would help people connect with that heart understanding, so that they could just relax and experience more of this really deep trust. So the first technique I'd like to teach, this is such a simple meditation. I love meditations that you can do when you're on a bus, you can do just whatever you're doing. And this is a very simple meditation, which is just meditating on the word yes. And what happens to us in life is a lot of things happen that are challenging, and our mental response is always to go mentally, if not out loud, no, how come this is happening? And you can see, if you experiment with yourself, just going, no, your whole body tenses up and you've immediately shut right down. Yes has completely the opposite effect. It opens you up and it relaxes you. And I use it as a meditation. just mentally or out loud, if you're somewhere where you won't get locked up for muttering to yourself, mentally just saying to myself, yes, yes, yes. And it's very helpful when you're in challenging situations, because it helps to stop you doing that whole tensing up and mentally saying no, no, no. And it just relaxes you. It's like standing at a bus stop in the rain. You're going to get wet anyway, but if you stand there just going, "Ugh," you'll feel awful by the time the bus comes. Where at least if you're just there relaxing and just letting yourself get wet, you'll just be wet. You won't be all tensed up and miserable.
Absolutely. This is what I've been working on, and I think I'm getting better with it, Wendy. When it says, just accept what is, that you can't change the weather, for example, as based on your example just now. You can't change the weather, so just enjoy the moment. Accept what's happening. Yeah, and then that relaxes you, and then your energy flows more. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And it's a good space for letting the law of attraction happen. That you just keep saying yes, yes, and it keeps you open to receive.
Brilliant.
So the second technique I'd really like to talk about is opening your heart and feeling more of that love, trusting energy. Because in the West particularly, we have this idea that somebody else on the outside has to do something to us before we can feel love. So we have this idea that love comes from other people, and it doesn't. Love is always inside of us, and other people's behavior is just the trigger for us to think that it's all right to feel that now. Okay, I can now access my feeling of love, but I think it's coming from my best beloved or my parents or whatever, but it isn't. It's actually coming from me, and their behavior is just letting me feel that. So we can feel it when nothing's happening on the outside. If you just mentally focus on your heart, and as you breathe in, just feel energy going into your heart, and you're breathing that energy out from your heart. So breathing into your heart and out from your heart. And just keep your focus in the center of your chest. And as you do that, you start to notice the feeling changes. And most people get a feeling of warmth or openness. And as you keep breathing, that feeling just grows, and you can tap into this whatever is happening on the outside. It doesn't need somebody else being nice to you to feel loved. And it's wonderful, because feeling loved relaxes and heals your whole body and makes you very much more open to receive. So it's a wonderful technique to really focus on.
I just, the way he took us through, just that I felt the relaxation in me. It was just so warm. Thank you, Wendy. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the things, it's like riding a bicycle. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yes.
You can feel that feeling stronger and stronger, more and more easily. So it's really worth practicing that one.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Good stuff. Okay, so the third technique I'd like to share today, and this isn't really a meditation, this comes from neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and it's called Discovering Your Strategy for Trust. And that sounds ever so technical, but believe me, it's not, because all it means is that when I feel trust, I have a kind of internal recipe for how I do that. I send my body different instructions, and every time I feel trust, I'll feel it very much the same. But that may not be the same way that you would feel trust, because your way of feeling trust is unique to you.
Right.
But people can discover what their own recipe for trust is. And again, like the meditation on love, we tend to think that something particular has to be happening on the outside before we can feel trust, and that isn't true. You can feel trust whenever you want to, if you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think of the person you've trusted most in your whole life, and that might be somebody who's passed, like maybe a grandparent, it could be someone who's currently with you, but if you just think of that person and bring them to mind and just feel the feeling of how it feels being with them, and that wonderful trusting feeling that with this person you're completely safe. And then just explore the feeling. So is it a warm feeling or is it a cool feeling?
Mm.
Is it a feeling in one place in your body, or is it a feeling you feel with your whole body? Or is it maybe in your heart and in your belly? So explore where it is. And then, is it a feeling that's still, or does it move up and down? So some people say, oh, it sort of fizzes like bubbles, or it flows like waves. Explore that. Does it have a colour? Is it a kind of golden feeling, or a soft pink feeling, or a bright green feeling? What colour is it for you? And does it have a taste? I mean, most people's feelings don't have tastes, but some people have feelings with tastes.
Yeah.
So does it have a taste? And sit and just play with this until you know, yeah, I've kind of got the feel of how I'm doing this. I'm looking for, it's like doing a Google search then, instead of just going trust, and you don't know what you're looking for that warm golden feeling with bubbles in that's round about here and makes me think of apple pie or something, and then you can find it much more easily. And just see every day to the law of attraction, because it just completely relaxes you and opens you up to receive much more.
Beautiful, beautiful. And in the language of heart intelligence, I would say that what you just described, Wendy, we call it specificity. So basically, the more specific you become, the more you can attract what you really, really want, what you really, what it really means something important to you, that you really make you a better person. We really bring the best of you out there in the world. So yes, be as specific as possible. That's a real skill, and that's what Wendy is actually describing. But I'm just translating it in a different language, if you like, with different words. Brilliant! Thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you. So Wendy is actually going to launch something new. Would you like to say a little bit?
Yes, at the beginning of next month, I'm launching an online spiritual community for people who'd like to make a bigger difference in the world. And I'll be advertising it on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, look out for it there. Thank you. And I'm going to be talking to you, Chrisoula, about it on your radio show on the 6th of October.
Brilliant. So lots of information will be shared with you on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on my website, chrisoulasirigou.com, and also on Wendy's website, wendyaridela.co.uk. So if you'd like to know more about Wendy and how you can connect with her, so it's all on wendyaridela.co.uk. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Wendy, for being on this week's Holistic MasterCall. It has been a pleasure. And these 3 ways, I love it because they are so practical, so straightforward and down to earth that anyone can actually use them. Even if you haven't got any experience in meditating, or if you are really, have actually connected through meditation at, various stages in your life, and you like to bring it back into your life, that's a lovely way of doing it. And even if you have meditate every day, still you can use 1 or 2 or the 3 key ways that Wendy suggested here. So you can open up yourself to a richer life and what we call a more prosperous and also joyous life. And that's all we want, isn't it? So thank you once again, Wendy.
Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed doing this.
Brilliant. Thank you. So more holistic master calls. You're going to enjoy them because they're going to be all uploaded on my website, and look forward to having more of you on this platform. Okay. So
thank you.
Have lots of fun, whatever you do. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.